2023 Mercedes EQB SUV changes. What's the difference versus the 2022 EQB SUV? Both the 300 and 350 iterations remain unchanged from last year's review of the Mercedes EQB SUV. However, the range will grow to accommodate the aforementioned EQB 250 Plus, which represents a new entry point to Mercedes electric luxury in the USA. It may have the least power, but the EPA estimated 250-mile range may be all that matters to some buyers. If you're in the market for a premium electric 7-seater, your options aren't just limited, they're almost non-existent. Thankfully, for well-to-do families with an environmental conscience, Mercedes-Benz has introduced the 2023 EQB SUV. Essentially, the EQB SUV is an electric version of the GLB class, both riding on the MFA2 architecture. Pros: available 7 seats, well-trimmed, well-equipped interior, cosseting ride quality, deceptively quick in 350 guys. Cons: rather pricey, cheaper rivals offer comparable travel range, optional third row isn't the most spacious. 3 flavors of EQB are available, ranging from base EQB 250 Plus with 188 horsepower, 284 pounds-to-foot of torque, and a $54,500 starting price to the EQB 354 Matic with a 288 horsepower dual-motor setup and AWD. The EQB 304 Matic splits the difference with 225 horsepower and AWD. With driving ranges from 227 to 250 miles, the EQB may not have the likes of Tesla beaten, but it sits in a niche where it will suit a very specific type of buyer to a T. 2023 Mercedes EQB SUV handling and driving impressions. As you'd expect from the 3-pointed star, the Mercedes EQB SUV rides beautifully and soaks up road irregularities like a bigger, more expensive motor car. That comes as no surprise, as the EQB is a heavy car. That 4,718 pounds curb weight, in EQB 304 Matic form, helps it stomp potholes into submission. On the road, it feels very similar to the GLB class. It's not the sportiest SUV in the world, but the EQB has surprisingly sharp and well-considered steering. However, you can feel that portly mass in the bends, as the box-shaped Benz likes to lean into corners. Still, buyers looking at the EQB probably aren't looking for driving thrills, they'd be much better off with a similarly priced GLB 35. The Benz is an adept cruiser. The hushed electric powertrain whirs along, silently propelling the electric EQB SUV along. It's a very serene experience. Still, if you do feel inclined to press on, the standard 4MATIC all-wheel drive, on the 300 and 350, will keep you planted. Of course, there are 4 driving modes to select from: Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Individual. We find it best to leave the EQB in Comfort and enjoy the sumptuousness of the ride. If you're just looking for a premium and compact 3-row SUV, the ICE-powered GLB represents far better value, with a starting price of $38,600. In fact, for the same price as the EQB, performance-minded buyers could find themselves behind the wheel of the GLB 35 AMG. The EQB is aimed at a very specific customer, and for that target market, it will be the ideal vehicle to suit their needs.